The 2020 season of ATV National Motocross ended the way it's been going for years, as Chad Wienen and Joel HETRICK duked it out for the #1 position. On a rough and tumble racetrack in South Carolina, riders like Bryce Ford paid the price for pushing the pace, as the field once again saw that the pace set down by HETRICK and Wienen would be tough to match. In the end, Wienen came out on top in moto #1 with HETRICK in second, and that will be enough for Wienen to hold points going into the final race of the year. As always, the speed of HETRICK was there, but the consistency of Wienen was enough. Meanwhile, veteran Thomas Brown, in a torrid fight, was able to put his number 84 up on the podium in what would be his final professional race. But there were still crashes and accidents all over the track as HETRICK took the overall win, but Wienen locked down yet another championship. That's lucky number 7 for the big man from Illinois. Can he make it 8 in 21, or will HETRICK fight back? Expect another great mono-a-mono duel as the 2021 season begins. As always, Daytona International Speedway will serve as the host for the opening round of the ATV National Motocross Championship sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing. This is the ATV Supercross run in conjunction with vintage and amateur racing here at Daytona. We raced the professional Monster Energy AMA Supercross event here just a few days ago. We roll the amateur bikes in, we roll the ATV pros in, and the World Center of Racing gets to make the first meetup of the year. New colors, new faces, new names. Michael Perkins, Michael Allred, and Max Lindquist representing a new crop of riders. And then the Polish pro, Wojtek Nekanik, is here, and an Italian rider, Patrick Tirani, here on the 51. So some young riders, some international flair. Lindquist, here in the #2 out of Wisconsin, he swept every single round of the Pro-Am Championship last year. So a highly anticipated debut. Saw Ty Hudson on the 99. This is Bryce Ford, the #4. Tons of speed last year. Logan Stanfield should be good. On the number 55, coming out of Indiana, Wesley Wolf getting stronger every season, a very versatile rider. On the 741, there's Cody Ford. He and Bryce looking to be podium gunners. And Jeffrey Rastrelli, who has been on the podium multiple times in this series. Rough season last year, looking to bounce back this time. You got Nick GENNUSA out of New Jersey. But the #1 plate is back on the WIENEN Motorsports Yamaha. Let's check in with Chad Wienen.
It feels good to be here, and just a lot of things have changed this year for me. We had a baby girl in January, and coming off a win last year, it's a good way to start the season. And this track has really been very good to me. I've won 4 times here, and man, just like, yeah, I want to go get that. And obviously, I just want to keep it on the rails and keep the machine and try to get on the box. But man, the machine is great this year. The WIENEN Motorsports Yamaha is running great, and man, we got some stiff competition this year as always, and we're gonna do everything we can to go out there and get some good clean laps and get a good start and push for those 18 laps today.
Yes, Daytona has been very good for Chad Wienen. It has been rough for Joel HETRICK, who is now on a Yamaha this year. Let's see how that works out.
We got a new look, a new quad, and soon to be a new baby for me. We're really happy with the Yamaha so far. The Phoenix team has just been, amazing with getting me the parts and the testing and everything we need to really nail down a solid setup for this machine. I'm ready to put that Yamaha in the box and just keep clicking off laps, consistent laps like I have been. The bike's working awesome. Jay Goebel with Impact Solutions and Elka Suspension just dialed me in, and we've been working hard all winter. Das has got an awesome motor package for me, and we just got to get off the line and hopefully put down 18 consistent laps in first.
It has been tough. HETRICK has won essentially every track in this series, but Daytona has always led to his undoing. We'll see if he can turn that narrative around in 2021. Heat races are next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain, ATVMC.com, and by CST Tires. So a lot of new faces and new names in the ATV Motocross Series for 2021, especially here in the Pro class. They'll jump in with veterans like Jeffrey Rastrelli, Joel HETRICK, Chad Wienen, Nick GENNUSA. We got a Rocky Mountain ATV on board with GENNUSA. We're ready for the first heat race of the year. Supercross format, 2 heats, funneling down to 1 main event later in our show. Season is underway. Bryce Ford just able to sneak around the outside, got run into by the 28 of Rastrelli. So Ford into the lead on the Yamaha. Michael Allred, second in the Pro-Am class last year, now jumping into the pros, is second on that distinctive yellow livery on the number 8. But a real question, how far can Ford go in 21? He was showing signs of being able to run with HETRICK and Wienen a year ago. Should be even better this time, and making a statement early on, airing out, just barely able to find a little landing bump for that double. As we race here at the World Center of Racing at Daytona, it is so cool to see ATVs in a Supercross type environment. Here comes Rastrelli, working on Allred. Rastrelli could not make that inside line work, so Allred able to hold him off, and now Rastrelli able to get by. And Ford is a problem. The machine has shut off. While leading, he was marching away from the field. And you heard 0 engine sounds from that machine. Rastrelli to the lead, and there is Ford. Well, now he got it fired, but the entire field has gone by, so that is a heartbreaker for him. Now GENNUSA has rolled up. He's got around Allred, and we've got a battle for the lead. And these two are not strangers to each other. Many great battles through the years. Rider out of New Jersey, GENNUSA, and the rider out of Florida, Rastrelli. And good to see Brandon Hogue finding form this year. Had an up and down season last year. He's in third, and Rastrelli goes over the top of the berm. You see it from Rastrelli's view. Or sorry, you see it from GENNUSA's view. Rastrelli going over. What a wild heat race. So Ford having problems, Rastrelli having problems, and a rejuvenated GENNUSA. There you see Rastrelli has recovered. GENNUSA, GENNUSA machine. Can he hold on in the race no one wants to win? 1 lap to go. And Hogue is keeping him honest. So this is what we'd like to see. Good depth of competition. A couple riders having problems, but still plenty of fast gunners up front. Hogue is making this interesting right down to the wire. Half a lap to go, and he is collecting some roost from GENNUSA. And I think GENNUSA able to open up now just a bit, make it a little easier on him. And there it is. GENNUSA throwing in the heel clicker, takes the win, gets to celebrate out on the Daytona tarmac, and that is heat race number 1. But Heat 2's got the big hitters. HETRICK and Wienen, there's Wesley Wolf. They're all getting ready for the first showdown of the year between the 2 annual title contenders. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC and by CST Tires. Chad Wienen getting his starting gate ready for the first heat race of the year for him. It'll be Heat 2 at Daytona International Speedway, ATV Motocross here. And we are underway. And HETRICK going to lead them into the first turn. So the debut for HETRICK, now on a Yamaha with Phoenix Racing. And looking good so far. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, this has been a tough place for HETRICK. He has always been fast at Daytona, but crashes have led to his undoing so many times. Can he be solid this year? This is just a heat race, doesn't count for points, but it will see the gate position in the main. And HETRICK already getting away. Wienen trying to stay with him. And there's the rookie, Max Lindquist in third, so a great measuring stick here to see if he can keep the 88 and the 1 in sight. On board with HETRICK, with the Rocky Mountain ATV MC camera. Oh, Wienen just clipped the landing of that jump just a tad as he tries to keep HETRICK honest. But HETRICK is starting to march away. Getting that flat corner, there's a rut on the inside, but that is actually shaped by the motocross bikes, the two-wheelers that are out here today as well. So it looks promising for the ATVs, but clearly it does not work because no one is taking it. And then going outside, you leave the door open. So they're all trying to work a medium line down in the middle. And it's tough to get this course wired because we have amateur racing, we have, for the bikes, and we have vintage racing for the bikes, and then we have the ATV. So 3 totally different types of machines and different lines that they're going to form. Not a problem for HETRICK though. Here's that medium line I'm telling you about, just able to form a little rut and to not overcook it and spin is going to be the real challenge here, though we'll see how much the track changes later on for the mains. In this heat race, no doubt about it, HETRICK has marched away from everyone else, including Wienen, so he is looking just as strong on this new Yamaha as he has on his traditional Honda ride that he's had the last few years. Colors haven't changed much. Still a lot of red and white on that Yamaha. The logos are blue, though, and HETRICK takes a big win, and apparently heel clickers are back for 2021. So we get set for the main event. We're going to take the talent from both heats and put them on the line together. Should be a barn burner. Stay with us from Daytona. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC and by CST Tires. All right, here we go. Main event time at Daytona. Will this be the year things actually go smoothly for Joel HETRICK, who is in all sorts of trouble at this race in the past? He'll wear our onboard. Let's see if he can get this thing done. The season is underway. The main event at Daytona, and they're bumping and banging in the first turn. Oh, and Rastrelli is off. Also tangled up the number 8, Michael Allred. There is Wienen getting into the lead. HETRICK moving up to second. Not a great jump for HETRICK. He snaked through the inside of turn 1 and 2 and avoided the carnage. And it's Nick GENNUSA with a good start in third. So a couple of the big names all up front early. And this is where it gets tricky. HETRICK wants to win here at Daytona, but I'm telling you, these battles, this situation, for whatever reason at this track, he has had problems before. Now Rastrelli just trying to get it back going. He was lucky to not be hurt after that flip in the first turn. So he's going to pick it up in dead last. Did I see the number 5 of Ford off to the side of the track? So he didn't even get it around one lap here at Daytona. So those are the types of pitfalls that could be there for HETRICK, and they have been in the past. We've seen him tangle with lap riders, tangle with hay bales and tough blocks. I think one time he's had this race go cleanly for him, and it puts him in a big points hole. And with Wienen, you give him any advantage in the series, as HETRICK shows Wienen a couple of wheels there, working these inside lines. But because Wienen has been, I believe, the most consistent rider in the history of this championship, he's on the podium every single time. You give him an advantage early in the points, it is so hard to reel them back in. So let's see how HETRICK plays it. On board here with Brandon Hogue, the Rocky Mountain ATV MC on board. Hogue working his way up into the top 5. Here's Wienen under fire. And HETRICK looking for running room. Almost collided in that corner. HETRICK, he's just entering on the inside of every turn, letting Wienen know he's there. Can he get a drive over these jumps? This is the classic. You want to see it every time. These two getting up front together. Look at this battle. I think that's Lindquist and Wolf battling it out in front of Hogue, and then Lindquist doesn't jump. And Hogue able to get by. Back to the leaders. A little opening for HETRICK. Too far down to the inside, though, to make it work. Could not get a drive out of that corner. So we go back to this battle. Hogue and Wolf now. Lindquist right behind him. And then the battle up front as well with Wienen and HETRICK. So lots of action on the track today at Daytona. And Bryce Ford, whoa, almost comes together with the 8 of Allred and a big block pass. Ford probably not happy about that. And he struck some revenge. Cesar Jimenez having his problems. He's stuck. Another one of the new riders in this class. Back to the leaders. They get around Nekanik, the rider out of Poland, to put him a lap down. Oh! Wolf did not clear that jump. Hogue went for it, and I don't know how he survived that. I thought he was going down for sure. He's going to make the pass, but now Max Lindquist is right back there with him. So 3 young riders fighting for 4th. And listen to the crowd. They love that battle. They love this one. More bumping and banging, and more. It's getting aggressive between the 2 rivals. They come together again, and this time HETRICK emerges with the lead. Well, they both had their moments as the aggressor there, and Wienen took a look down on the inside. He could have ended HETRICK's day right there, but he got on the brakes at the last second. So, woo, that was some dirty dancing, risky business. But HETRICK able to come out of the #1 spot. Can he bring it home here at Daytona? He survived the storm with Wienen, and now he just has to bring it home. Hogue high in the berm, and Wolf getting back around him. It is fun to watch these two duke it out. Great racing on an afternoon during Daytona Bike Week, and everybody's looking to go big today. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC and by CST Tires. Great racing here at Daytona. Joel HETRICK has emerged with the lead. It was a big battle between he and his longtime series rival, Chad Wienen, for the lead. HETRICK, after contact several times, both riders back and forth, was able to get to the #1 spot. We check him at Nick GENNUSA, who is running in 3rd. Wienen is 2nd. Pit boards are out. Can HETRICK bring this thing home? Be huge to get the monkey off the back, have a clean run at Daytona, and also not put himself in a big hole in points, as has been the case far too often. Hey, let's check in Jeff Rastrelli. Remember, upside down in the first turn, big block pass on Allred, and then Allred stalls. And HETRICK has caught the back of that group as lap traffic, and look, there is literally nowhere to go because they are battling each other, trying to get around Stanfield on the 55 and then the 8 of Allred. But Allred actually fights for position, and HETRICK goes down. I cannot believe it's happened again. And he is not making an attempt to get back on the machine. What is it about Daytona and Joel HETRICK that do not get along? He was getting around a lap rider. Now Allred was actually battling him, which should not be the case after you see the blue flag, and then HETRICK goes down. I cannot believe it. Chad Wienen finds himself the beneficiary at Daytona again. I'm speechless. It is deja vu, instant replay, a time machine, whatever you want to call it. And the ever-consistent Chad Wienen taking advantage again. And the big man from Galena, Illinois, who does most of his racing and training in his property that's probably 10 minutes from here, up we call LPGA Boulevard. It's about a 1 exit north of the Speedway here on I-95. And home cooking tastes good for Wienen. I just cannot believe that something has happened in a bad way again for HETRICK. On board with GENNUSA, who will inherit 2nd. And now you see Wienen in a huge lead. He is just in cruise mode now, going to bring this thing home. So it leaves this as the battle for 3rd. Wolf and Lindquist. Lindquist gets it hung up on the berm. They've gotten away from Brandon Hogue. So much action. And on top again here in Daytona is Chad Wienen. And Nick GENNUSA, what a great start to the season for him. As your runner-up, he's going to celebrate that one. Oh, he's pumped. The man from New Jersey looking good here in Florida. Look at your top 10. No Joel HETRICK. Wolf 3rd, Lindquist and Hogue ran out the top 5 after a great battle. Ford ends up 6th. There is Wesley Wolf. He's super pumped on a podium. Chad Wienen, of course, happy to take the win. Let's check in with today's top 3, starting with Wesley Wolf.
Dude, it's an awesome feeling. A podium's a podium. I know something happened to Joel, unfortunately. But like I said in the off season, I was kind of disappointed if it would happen this way. But at the same time, it's exciting. It's something new, and it's kind of unbelievable. But I knew working hard, and I figured I could eventually be up here, just a matter of time. And we'll go home, put our head down, train a little bit. Gonna have to find a little bit of speed. You know, they're pushing me, and I'll see you guys at 3 pumps.
Yeah, this was a really solid day. The qualifying spoke for itself. You know, each thing got better with the 4th in the first qualifier, 3rd, won the heat, back up here in 2nd. I know something happened to Joel, but it's part of racing. I think I would have got the podium anyway. Just super happy that I'm up here. It's just a huge weight off my shoulders, something really nice to start the season out like this, so I'm pumped.
My WIENEN Motorsports Yamaha was ripping really good today. I pulled that hole shot, and you know, that's kind of what I've been really needing to get myself going today. And Joel and I had a great battle. He made a pretty wild move, and he got around me, and I tried to keep tail with him, and he was riding awesome. And I'm pretty sure he tagged somebody in the air over there, and Joel went down. Hopefully he's all right, and you know, thoughts to them. He's got a baby on the way. Hopefully he's all good, and we got some work to do to get ready for Texas, but we got about a month to get there, so I'm going to enjoy this one, and you know, sleep pretty good tonight. Thank you.
Let's give you a quick recap brought to you by CST Tires. Big action through the first turn. Jeff Rastrelli goes for a ride, tangling first with Wienen and then some hay bales. 2 battles to watch. You had Lindquist, Wolf, and Hogue, 4th, 5th, 6th. And then 3rd was GENNUSA, and the battle up front was between Wienen and HETRICK. I'm telling you, this battle with the kids was good. They were clearing jumps, not clearing jumps. They were running into each other. Wolf would eventually emerge with that podium spot. He would win this 3-rider duel against Hogue and Lindquist. There's the bumping and battling for the lead. Couple of hits between Wienen and HETRICK. HETRICK finally locks him down. There's Hogue overrunning a berm, getting passed by Wolf. Now here's the pressure point. HETRICK has the lead. He's getting blocked by lap riders. Watch HETRICK on the right. Tangles in the air with Allred and goes flying. And just like that, the race leader is out. There's Wolf. Finally wins that battle for 3rd. GENNUSA moves from 3rd to 2nd. And Chad Wienen takes the win. Can he get title number 8 this year? He's certainly off to a good start.